Hi everyone, this is Linda with a peek inside my brown personal Holborn, and we'll just get started here. The Holborn has two full-length pockets on the left. Mine are empty except for a Filofax card. I'm craving color these days, and so I'm just giving into it. And I went crazy. Staples had a sale on Post-it notes, so I kind of went crazy there. And then just trying to pair it with different colored papers throughout my Filofax. So in the beginning I have the flyleaf and a piece of two-sided scrapbooking cardstock, the Barnes & Noble arrows, which I hole punched to fit and turned upside down because I wanted the arrows to point toward this sentiment, which is actually the front of a month-on-one page Flavia day timer insert. But I like the sentiment, so I cut off the December tag and put a flyleaf in front of it. And Sandra John 27 on YouTube had this brilliant idea of using two binder clips as a pen loop. And so I put that here to hold my Coletto, which I use in color coding, and I got the Coletto from Jet Pens. And I clipped together some other Filofax opening pages to this to give it a little more strength and stability. I'm using the inserts that came with the Cotton Cream Week on 2 Pages insert, and that came with my personal size Austerly. The first section is notes, and this is just how everything comes into my Filofax. Here's lots of blank paper here. I like to use colored paper here and there to denote a change in topic within my different sections. Plus, I just like it. The information section has inserts that are day timer and also Filofax. And I chose the inserts based on readability. This information is provided by both Filofax and day timer. But for me, the day timer version of this particular chart was easier to read, so I put that in there. The day timer insert also has telephone dialing codes from North America as well as international dialing codes, which is useful. Here, this is a Filofax insert. We're just going back and forth. The travel info that came with day timer is really useful. It has websites and phone numbers of airline clubs, hotels, credit card companies. Another Filofax reference sheet. Project section is pretty light right now. I actually think that I could remove this section. I have some blank to-do lists here. There is a Facebook group, 3365, that's Filofax, kind of a spring off of Filofax, and the members take turns writing down a list of questions, one for each day of the month, and they're springboards for journaling, and so I might change the format of this section to be something devoted entirely to the list. The financial section doesn't have much. I don't use the check register in the Filofax. I have that information elsewhere. This is a free download from printedportal.com, and I use this to track my online shopping. And I have a sheet set up for my stationery hobby that tracks my stationery purchases separately. The diary section is the North American definition of diary, and it's really more of a journal. And the calendar section, or what I refer to as the calendar section, is in the back. This is some Flavia note paper from Day Timer, and I'm going to use this as additional journaling within this section. And these are Franklin Covey's Serenity Collection inserts, and I'm going to use these. There's 1 month of pages in here. I'm going to use this section starting in July for gratitude journaling, daily journaling, and food diary. And to protect this section, because it is wider than the other inserts, and FYI, a lot of people cut it down and then repunch the holes, but I like this. I like them the way they are. To delineate and protect this section, I pulled an old photo from my scrapbooking stash. I actually took this photo to test a camera years ago, and yes, I do have a gnome in my backyard, but he makes me smile. Here's some more two-sided scrapbooking paper here to protect this side of this section. Sticky note craziness. These are from Barnes & Noble. These are the Beatles and Yellow Submarine. Some bright colored tabs there. More sticky notes, some stamps. Next section is work, and I have at the beginning an employee directory. And this is just notes about my job, things I want to remember about rules and procedures. This next section addresses the needs of one of my children. He's special needs, and I have a therapy schedule for him on the timetable form that comes with Filofax, and there are additional lists and information sheets in there regarding his care. The A to Z section is really a filing cabinet for me. I don't keep my addresses in here. Those are on my phone and backed up elsewhere. So under A and B, we have birthdays and anniversaries, a list of blogs that I like, and you can see where I'm changing color, books that I want to read. To delineate this new page, I used a highlighting tab. Excuse me, things that I want to buy. C and D has, D is for doctor, so I have a lot of doctor information in there. F, Filofax, information, wish list, places I want to go for Filofax. G is empty at this point. These tabs have information, health information on other members of my family. Movies that I want to see. Started a pen pal section with pen pal addresses. This is using the address sheets that came with the Filofax insert. Pens, here's my pen test section, and I note where I purchased the pens. I'm a Project Life scrapbooker, so I have notes about Project Life, and this camera tag came from jetpens.com. Miscellaneous P, here's I wrote down information about a photographer that does senior portraits that I want to remember. R is for relaxation, things that relax me. T is travel, and this is my master travel packing list. U is empty, WX is empty, Y and Z is too. And this starts the calendar section. And I took out the January and February pages because I started using this in April. I took out March as well. So this is what the cotton cream inserts look like. It has a blank section that you could use for goals, and then each day of the week has an equal amount of space, which I really like. And I've been using this as kind of a to-do section for the week, but I think it's redundant because I write in all my to-dos here. Why write them twice within the same 2 pages? So I'm going to start using this section as a weekly journaling recap. But here my pages start. Started in April. And the pen that I've been using for journaling is a Pilot Juice pen. It does not bleed through. Work hours are denoted in red, and other information is denoted in different colors. If I need more information within a week, I'll put in a blank sheet of paper and just make notes of conversations and things that happened that I want to remember and refer back to. Here we keep going. This is what my pages look like. Some are neat, sometimes I write big, sometimes I write empty. This is the pen that I referred to. It's a Pilot Juice pen. It has a rubber grip, so it gets stuck in the pen loop quite often. My hands are shaking. I had way too much caffeine. But this is the coffee brown color, and the ink matches the color in the Filofax, which can make the page look a little bit cluttered, but I really like this pen. It doesn't bleed through, and it has a spring clip here. Hopefully that's focusing. That allows it to be easily clipped to the pen loop on the side. Here's the brown ruler that came with the Osterly. I put a fly leaf in the middle of my week on 2 pages to hold sticky notes and extra notes. And so you can see, I like the Martha Stewart teardrop tabs to note things that happen on a regular basis that I don't necessarily want to write and rewrite, and I just move them forward. A lot of people do that, and I think it's a good tip. So here's the rest of the year, and you can see we're getting stuffed and the pages are getting a little more difficult to turn, but honestly, right now, that doesn't bother me. Here's more eclectic. This is the DA timer month on 2 pages, and I started using friction pens, but I live in a very hot climate, and I'm concerned that I'm going to lose information, so I put those aside. But the first couple months, when I was getting used to the Filofax and used to writing small again, moving from a Franklin Covey Classic to a Filofax personal size, the friction pens really came in handy. But now I've switched to this pen and the Coletto. So here we go, month on 2 pages. These inserts have a diary record and also a to-do list, but I like to keep my to-do list separate so that I can move it around within my Filofax. So I'm not really using these pages right now. Here the months are starting to look like a Christmas tree. I'm sure you all can relate. Here's my to-do list. And here's future months, and then we get all the way to December here. And top-loading envelope that has my Martha Stewart teardrops and some page reinforcers. And another set of 2 full-length Holborn pockets. This has Martha Stewart lined notes that are big. In this pocket, I have a summer budget that I hand wrote that I stuck in there. And then there's also the Holborn has a zipper pocket on the inside, which at this point I'm not really using. Well, that's it. That's my personal Holborn. Thank you very much for watching, and y'all take care.